Dope test scandals leave a permanent scar on sportspersons and have the ability to compromise everything they've achieved on the playing field. And for a cricketer, a consequent World Cup snub is as bad as it can get. Something similar happened to Shane Warne, arguably the greatest spinner to have ever played, in the build-up to Australia's title defence in 2003. Firm favourites going into the 2003 World Cup, the Aussies were dealt with a blow days before the showpiece event began, when Shane Warne was found guilty of breaching ACB's drugs code. A special press conference was arranged to declare Warne's abrupt end to the African safari. The world was in shock.
Contrary to speculation, saying it had nothing to do with the treatment for my shoulder injury or for masking any banned substance.
A day before, Warne had been summoned by the Australian Sports Drug Agency and told that he tests positive for Modiuretic, a prescription drug widely used in the treatment of hypertension, high blood pressure and fluid retention. It was banned because it can act as a masking agent for steroids by diluting traces of the substance in urine. What made the ACB so wary of his consumption was his lack of effort to contact the ACB drug medical officer, the Australian team doctor or ASDA before taking it. It could have contained any banned substance. Add to that, Warne's responses to questions about his knowledge were termed to be vague, unsatisfactory and inconsistent. The verdict brought Warne's recovery from a shoulder injury just a few months prior under the scandal. There were murmurs in the media about the wily leg spinner having taken drugs to expedite his route to recovery. However, the ACB confirmed that the medical evidence available indicated that Warne's recovery from the shoulder injury sustained was within anticipated medical parameters. Further, given the nature of that injury, anabolic steroids would not have hastened recovery. Warne formally informed his blokes of what had actually happened as the dressing room went silent. In the midst of all this, they still had a World Cup to play. They were scheduled to face last edition's finalist Pakistan the next day in Johannesburg. Ponting, refusing to allow the situation to get the better of them, told the players to have dinner. Go and talk amongst yourselves. Get over it. Come back at 9 PM and erase it from your memory, because we've got a game to win. On returning home following a long lonely flight, he admitted to consuming a tablet given to him by his mother on Jan 22nd to make sure that he looks good in front of the camera, where he was set to announce his retirement from ODIs post the World Cup.
I can confirm that the fluid tablet I took before appearing to announce my retirement from one-day cricket was given to me by my mum.
He maintained that it had nothing to do with masking any banned substance. I feel I'm a victim of the anti-doping hysteria. I also want to repeat that I've never taken any performance-enhancing drugs and never will. I feel a 12-month suspension is a very harsh penalty for not checking what I took with anyone. Playing for Australia and Victoria is my love. I would never knowingly put that in jeopardy. I love playing cricket too much. Looking at the future, I can see that I'm definitely going to give it my best shot to get back to the top and will continue to train hard, work on my bowling and experiment with new deliveries, he said in a statement issued by his brother and manager Jason Warne. One positive out of the situation is that I hope no other athlete makes the same innocent mistake as me. I'll try to get through the next 12 months the best way I can and try to move forward at this very difficult and tough time. Well, it could have been much worse. Initially, the anti-doping agency had handed him a 2-year ban, but on further investigation, it surfaced that the substance he took could have done him more harm than good. Warne's samples showed no evidence of anabolic steroids, and the ACB's anti-doping medical advisor, Dr. Peter Harcourt, stated that the 33-year-old could have derived no performance-enhancing benefit from taking the diuretic. Taking this into account, his 2-year ban was reduced to a year. Australia announced off-spinner Nathan Horrocks as his replacement in the World Cup squad. Staying true to their world-beating selves, the big blow hardly dented their fortunes, as they entered the World Cup final unbeaten in the league stage. The final saw them face a resurgent Indian side who were given a rude shock on a rain-marred afternoon in Johannesburg. The wizard from Australia later made a comeback to international cricket in July 2004 as he toured Sri Lanka with his countrymen. He made an immediate impact as he ended 2005 with 96 scalps, still a world record for most test wickets taken in a calendar year. He went on to play test cricket till 2007, claiming more than 700 wickets, a world record till Muttaiya Muralitharan surpassed him in 2010. Shane Warne's career was colourful to say the least, whether it was inside the park or outside. But the fact remains, there was no one like him and there'll be no one like him in the future. Thank you so much for watching this episode of cricket.com Classics. Keep watching the space for all your World Cup needs and subscribe right now if you haven't already.